President Trump's tariffs. And tonight, the U.S. and China sending conflicting messages over President Trump's tariffs, upending global markets and the U.S. economy. After President Trump insisted the two sides were actively discussing tariffs, China calling it fake news, a Chinese official saying there have been no talks. Rachel Scott is at the White House.
Get along very well.
Tonight, China pushing back hard on a claim President Trump has been making for days, that negotiations to end the trade war are well underway.
Are you talking to them actively now?
Actively. Everything's active.
But tonight, China calling that, quote, fake news. A top Chinese official saying, quote, as far as I know, China and the United States have not held consultations or negotiations on the tariff issue, let alone reached an agreement. Today, reporters pressing the president.
Can you clarify with whom the U.S. is speaking with China? They're saying it's fake news that trade talks are happening.
Well, they had a meeting this morning, so I can't tell you. It doesn't matter who they is. We may reveal it later, but they had meetings this morning.
He never did reveal that information. It comes with the president under increasing pressure to bring the trade war he started to a close. Major retailers like Target and Walmart have warned him shelves could go empty in a matter of weeks if he keeps in place his staggering 145% tariffs on goods from China. His own Treasury Secretary acknowledges the tariffs amount to an embargo. Already shipments from China starting to dry up. The number of cargo ships arriving from China into the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach next week will be down 29%. And as President Trump approaches 100 days in office, a new AP poll out tonight shows only 37% of Americans approve of how he's handling the economy, a key factor in his election victory. And the same number, just 37%, approve of how he's handling trade negotiations. The White House says they have had successful meetings with other countries, including South Korea, but so far no deals have been announced, and it's still unclear if there are even negotiations with China, David.
Rachel Scott reporting from the White House tonight. Rachel, thank you. As President Donald Trump embarks on his second term in office, the United States has doubled down on an aggressive trade strategy aimed at countering China. A key element of this strategy is a proposed U.S.-led trade bloc designed to economically isolate China. Washington has been urging allies to join this initiative, effectively asking them to curtail trade with Beijing in exchange for favorable trade terms with the U.S. However, one of America's closest allies, Japan, has declined to participate. Japan's decision to resist a U.S.-led anti-China trade coalition is rooted in a careful calculus of its national interests. In this video, we will examine recent developments since the start of Trump's second term, explaining why Japan is saying no to an anti-China trade alliance. We explore Japan's diplomatic, economic, and strategic rationale, its growing trade ties with China, ongoing U.S.-Japan trade negotiations, from auto tariffs to semiconductors, and how Tokyo strives to balance its security alliance with Washington while maintaining crucial economic links to Beijing. We also consider the potential consequences of Japan's stance on regional stability, global trade, and Japan's own economy, and provide expert insight into what the future may hold for Japan-China and Japan-U.S. economic relations.
Big net, man. Like,